piece of shit niggers. Oh, word. 30 minutes ago, we was in the pool. We was cool, but this is what's going on. So yeah, that was pretty bad. Teammates had to hold me back. Coach got involved. He ended up apologizing, but I doubt it was real. Him and I never really had a good relationship after that. Luckily, he was a senior. I was a freshman, so we didn't have to be together that much longer. But it happened.
Was it a hard nigger, or was it like come on, nigga? Like,
No,
was it a hard nigger?
What I said was exactly the way he said it. Oh, those goddamn piece of shit niggers.
Wow.
Because I can't go to the cafeteria and have breakfast on Martin Luther King Day. So, but that's not the first time that something like that happened. I was on a majority African American swim team in Philly. And we would go to meets. By the time I was on the team, as I said, majority, we had, other ethnicities on our team. But, we would still get treated in certain ways by, other teams. Because we were the black team.
What was the greatest experience that you had in college? Like, if you look back, I know you have children now, so if as your children grow older, they say, what's one reason why I definitely need to go to school? Like, what would you respond to that?
So wait. There's two different answers to that. So the best experience is funny. And I didn't realize this until after my graduation day. After graduation day, I'm like, well, that was cool. I'm glad I'm done. But it wasn't necessarily my greatest, experience in college. I think my greatest experience was the day of my probate when I crossed into fraternity. That was my happiest, greatest day.
What made it so great? What made that day so great?
Man, just the condensed time period that you have to do so much work is the best way I can put that. And to be done that type of experience, with the people that you're around and knowing what it's going to mean for the rest of your life, that made it great. Maybe if I wasn't in a fraternity, graduation day would have been the best. But, maybe because it took me 7 years to graduate, then it didn't, mean the same. I don't know. But my most exciting, I would say, greatest day was probate day.
Okay. And did you just get a piece of paper on graduation day, or did you actually get something more than just that piece of paper?
I actually don't remember. I mean, I know.
Some people just go to college.
I didn't get my degree walking across the stage. That was mailed to us. So I got something. I don't know. I'll look at the pictures.
What was the greatest lesson that you learned in college? The greatest lesson you learned in college?
Greatest lesson. Don't quit. Don't quit.
Wow. Lots of reasons to, but just don't, right?
Just don't, no matter what's going on. I wasn't swimming no more. Had to work. Had to figure out stuff on my own. A lot of people quit. So, at the end of the day, nobody really asks me. You ask me now, but nobody really asks you how long it takes you to graduate college. Did you go? Did you finish? That's really it.
That's true.
You know,
That's very
interviews,
true.
whatever it may be, nobody asked you how long it took.
That's really interesting. Don't quit. Now, I think a lot of people do quit and they give up. There's a million reasons to why, whether it be financially or, mentally. I've met someone like 2 weeks ago. They quit college because of their roommate. So I like that. Just don't quit. If you go in, and then on top of that, like, matter of fact, I'll be honest, like, my godson, he's like 9 or 12 credits away from getting his degree. But he's taking time off. It's like, but I just say that to say there's a ton of people that need to hear what you just said. Like, yo, don't quit. Like, just get it done.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's got to be one class a semester, I mean, just do it. It's only going to be a couple hours a week. It's not going to be as much money. So whatever you got to do, don't quit. I mean, if it's 12 credits, what's that? 4 classes. So that could be 1 year, Summer classes, winter classes, that could be 1 year.
Did you notice a big difference?
3 months. So yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, it could be 3 months. That's true. Now, did you notice a difference between Temple and Towson? Because both of those are actually big schools. Like when I went to like other schools, like for summer school or winter classes, I went to like smaller schools, like community colleges and stuff like that. But Temple's actually a pretty big school, just like Towson is. Did you notice a difference, like in the culture, or did you notice any differences between Temple and Towson?
I mean, there's many differences. I mean, Towson's fairly big for Baltimore schools. It's about 20. At the time I went, it was about 15,000 people total. Temple at that time was maybe 40,000 students. So a lot bigger. I would say one thing that was similar with the two. So yeah, one thing that was similar, I would say, is a lot of students live off campus. But Temple, that feels a little different because it's right in the middle of the city. So off campus might be 3 blocks away in an apartment, whereas off campus at Towson might be a 15-minute drive. So, so I can't really say too many similarities. Cities, suburbs, I mean, there's a lot of differences. They were both public schools, state schools, but I mean, the people I hung around were cool, but, the classes were different. Temple had larger classes.
Did all of your credits transfer from Temple to Towson?
No, not at all. That's what I'm saying. They were just having me take those basic education classes. So,
that's
college,
a big waste of money. I did, but they don't, for some reason, we don't, like, we know it, but we still do it. And a lot of my credits that I took, like at other schools, didn't transfer. Talk about that, your experience with that.
I think number one, a lot of students at that age are just not educated financially. They don't understand the impacts of what they are doing. And I certainly didn't. You pay for that later in life, with all the student loans and things. What was I going to say? But just impacts on transferring. They take a lot of your credits because colleges are a money-making institution. They're businesses. They are nonprofits, but nonprofits still make profits. People still get paid. So they are money-making things, and the longer you are in the school, the more money you have to pay. And so if I accept all of somebody else's credits, well, I'm not getting as much as I could get out of them. I don't think any professor or whatever would tell you that, but clearly that's what's happening. I passed it at this school. This is a reputable, accredited school. Why are you not accepting my classes? They'll say it's because, the curriculum or the syllabus, the syllabi don't match up. But at the end of the day, they just want you to stay there longer. So if it's a situation where you feel like you must transfer and stay at that other school, then you're going to do what you got to do. But if you can work it out, use the credits you have because you paid for them, and it's going to be cheaper.
Did you ever have a professor that, like, did the professor ever share something with you during your college years that you still hold on to today? Like, for example, I had my dean, his name was Tiki or something like that. He was like with the economics dean. And I used to, when you're in college, most classes, you don't need to come in every day. It's not like high school. So I would come in and I would be something that I still use in life. Like this gem that he gave me might be worth more than my diploma. Like he pulled me to the side and he was like, man, Demetrius, he's like, what do you, like, if you're going to be here, be here. Like, if you're not going to be participating, if you're going to be messing around in class, if you're going to be playing around, don't come. He's like, yo, if you're going to be here, be here. And he went into this whole thing with me to the side, and that was a life-changing moment for me because I didn't understand that it makes no sense for me to come to class if I'm going to play around and not get the information. So with that being said, I'm interested to know, like, did a professor or a dean or anything give anything to you during college that you actually still can apply in your real life today?
It was not a professor or a dean.
Mm-hmm.
It was the person who I called my mentor, who I interned with.
What did he give
Got me into web development. First of all, he just gave me the knowledge and skills to be able to call myself today a web developer, app developer, to have the career that I have, so he gave me my bread and butter, what puts food on the table. How much better can you get, off of that?
Was there a moment, though, where you let him in? Because it's hard for mentorship. I know in our generation and our age, we were more open and receptive to that. But was there like a moment where you knew where you could trust this person and, actually listen to what he's saying? Was there a defining moment?
When I saw that, so it was a while. I met him at a frat house, at a meeting. Ended up going to his house about one day a week for a year. So I wouldn't say that it was one specific moment, but to just see that he was able to run a business out of his house and support 6 kids and a wife, legitimately, just by opening up a laptop and having an extra screen, you're doing something right. The knowledge you have is clearly worth something. You all live in, good part of the city. Everything I see is good. So why not, accept this person as a mentor? I trust, I'm working for you in your business. Everything you're doing is on the up and up. We're doing good work. Hey.
So you graduate.
Go ahead.
All right. So you graduate from Towson. That's a whole new life beginning, right? Would you agree?
It certainly was.
Yeah. All right. So you graduate. Like what was in your mind at that point? Did you realize that life changes and life begins anew at that point? Or did it take some time for you to actually realize that?